Hello, my lovely babies, lords, lilies, dudes, sugars, sugar moons, sugar lilies, sugar flowers on the moon. Sugar flowers on Mars. Yeah. We can't forget about the mountain lilies or the mountain laurels or the spicy garlands that hang out, or sometimes they hang out. And yeah, what are we doing? I don't know. Uh, well, we watched The Hobbit and boo-hooing and what do we do? What do we do? More documents, maybe. Let's look at some more documents, and then maybe we'll switch to something else. Let's see. I hope you like The Hermit, though. I hope you like The Hermit. All right, let's get on. 141 supplement. Let's go. 141, love. Now, I found this one interesting. It's more about bitching about Brian. Let's go. But interesting stuff in here. We got Scarlett O'Hara. He's in this one. And, well, let's see. We got a 37-year-old female. I'm guessing that's a professor. Or a student. No, professor. All right. Let's see what this one says. Hey? All right. So, January 26th. The wolf is fully caged. We got Detective Schwack. And I interviewed blank at WSU in room 403 at the Lighting Services building. The following is a summary of the interview. Okay, well, lovely. Let's see what she has to say. Well, she has worked at Washington State University in the since then. I don't know why they blocked that out. Professors of Washington State University see graduate students 3 hours per week in class. She teaches graduate level courses and undergraduate level courses. Her class, Studies in Assholes, was on Thursdays, and she first had contact with Brian in that class on August 25th, 2023. Nothing stood out to her in her first interaction with Brian, other than him wanting to dominate the conversation. Well, isn't that nice? Of course. The week immediately after following the homicides, Brian was not in her class and sent an email about not being there. She will be providing a copy of the email as part of the administrative subpoena. Lovely. The paper Brian wrote for her class was on burglary. What? She will be providing a copy of the paper as part of the admin subpoena. She covered for another professor for a Tuesday class the week immediately following the unaliving, and Brian was later than usual for that class. Hang on, guys. I'm having a hard time talking.
People say I'm crazy, doing what I'm doing. Well, they give me all kinds of warnings to save me from ruin. When I say that I'm okay, well, they look at me kind of strange. Surely you're not happy now, you no longer play the game.
Alright. She noticed the bandage on Brian's middle and ring fingers of his right hand. Brian told her it was from a silly accident that happened indoors. She didn't think it happened indoors because it looked like it had been scraped on asphalt. Oh, now you're a construction worker, I guess. She believes she observed this injury prior to the unalivings, but wasn't certain. Oh, okay, so, well, forget you. Brian wanted to dominate conversation he participated in. Oh, I'm so sorry. Boo-hoo. You sound like Bethany the Hobbit, only an older version. Brian was systematically late to her classes. I wonder why. One time he arrived on time, and she told him, "Hey, you're not late today." And he laughed at her in her face. No, he laughed awkwardly. I mean, would you laugh in her face? I don't know. Brian cornered her in the hall. That's, we use language like that. Cornered her in the hall. How about this? He stopped her in passing. I think, see, the language is inflammatory here. You fucking Idaho pig. You corrupt son of a bitch. You FBI pig who works in Idaho and works to cover up crimes. Koberger stopped her in the hall the first week of class. I'm gonna correct the language here so it's not so inflammatory. All right, Koberger, from a pig's point of view, fuck you. Hey, car 54, your time's up. Come on in. Koberger cornered her. Koberger stopped her in the hallway the first week of classes because she had not given him 100% for participation for that week. Yeah, where's my grade, you stupid bitch? Stop thinking about food in your hair. She would deliberately not call on Brian. Well, that's nice. So you're prejudiced, right? So you're biased against males. See, I could say that. I can say this female professor was biased against males. She was biased against Brian towards the end of the class and every class because he would always want to talk and would go on these monologues. Well, that's a good reason to not call on him, I guess, because of your personal inconvenience, you effing C. Brian would correct her and other students. Yeah, she sounds like a real idiot. Brian would correct other students. She probably had tenure. So when you get tenure, you get lazy and sloppy. And lazy and bitchy. Brian would correct other students, which she believed was inappropriate. Oh, and since that's her job. So you were jealous too, because you couldn't do it, mother hen, or whatever you are. Brian seemed to correct his behavior throughout the course of the semester and was more contained. That's another inflammatory word that the pigs are using here. Koberger seemed to correct his behavior throughout the course of the semester and was more reserved by the end of the semester. Contained is not appropriate word in this situation, idiots. Hey, Idaho State Police. Hey, idiot professor in Idaho State, Washington State, where the fuck you are, same difference. Contained is not the correct word here. It's subdued. It's laid back. It's something other contained. He's not in a confined space. Idiot! Anyway, Brian would present his opinions, and I gotta stop yelling, or man, those holes in my mouth, man, they really fucking hurt. I'll tell you right now, they really hurt when I yell. Stop yelling, moron. Brian seemed to... Okay, we read that. Brian would present his opinions and ideas as statements of fact. That's what lawyers do. Hey, by the way, that's what lawyers do. Yes, they do. They present their opinions and ideas as fact. That's what lawyers do. Just saying. She heard from one of her students that Brian was telling other students that because she is a stupid idiot, he knows better. One day, another boohoo female grad student came running in. One day, Bethany Funk. No. One day, another Hobbit female grad student came running into her office crying. Boo-hoo. She went and checked on her, she went, blank, went and checked on her, and the student said that she had just left class because of an interaction with Brian. Brian had said something very sexist, like what? Like what? And the student called him out for mansplaining. Oh, my God. Here we go again. Brian stood his ground because he's not a eunuch. Because he's not a eunuch. Brian stood his ground because he's not a eunuch. Okay? And kept speaking in a way that made the student feel she needed to stand up and leave the room.
Oh, my God. Can I go home for Thanksgiving, please? Oh, I'm sorry for unaliving my friends. But I truly was watching the Vampire Diaries.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Because, yeah, right. So, we got another boohooer. Oh, my God. The following are examples of stories involving Brian that she had not witnessed, but heard through the grapevine. I'm sorry, secondhand. Through the grapevine. Yeah, through the grapevine. That's what we call the grapevine. That's what we call rumors. That's what we call ugly rumors. Hey, remember the Mars Hotel cover I showed you like 300 videos ago? Yeah, ugly rumors. Yeah. Anyway, where are we? I have no idea. This one... I'm sorry. Brian told a female student that was both disabled and gay. Sorry. I'm sorry. That's not funny. That he would need his partner to be physically perfect and a disability would not be acceptable. Oh, that's... Oh my God.
Attention shoppers, outside today we have Cripple Fight. Jesus Christ, dude! Oh my God!
Just let him have it out, Susan. They'll run out of steam soon.
Timmy?
Brian once told a student something like, "Oh, I could never understand, like, what your experience is like as a woman." Blank referred to this as a positive interaction between Brian and the student. This was the only positive story she remembered being told of Brian. Oh, I'm sure. Brian's research interests were very much aligned with hers, and as such, they had many conversations that she did not want to label positive, because you don't like males. Rather, it was more of what you would expect between a grad student and their professor. Yeah, because he was male, and you don't like males. So, Brian kept telling her he wanted to study emotions and decision-making. Wonderful. Brian read a lot of her research, and when he was required for another class to do a paper on another faculty member, he picked one of her papers. She felt Brian wanted to work with her, but never formally asked. I wonder why. Probably because he sensed that you didn't like males. Just saying. She did not remember the details of the story, but recalled Brian had said something homophobic. But you don't remember the details, though. Oh, that's good. All right, let's go. She was asked by staff to check in on because Brian was harassing her. I doubt it. He's probably went back to his argument. Brian would go into an office where several female grad students worked and physically block the door. We've heard this. Come on. We've heard this. Once in a while, she would hear one of the female grad students say, "I really need to get out of here." And she would intercede by going into the office, allowing the female student to leave. Brian really wanted to study burglars. Okay, AA. ZAA. Brian had strong feelings that regular burglars had nothing to do with sexually S-motivated burglaries, maybe. I don't know. Brian would show up anywhere from 10 minutes late to an hour on one occasion, probably because he thought your class was shit. I don't know. On that occasion, he brought a note from his professor. She will be providing a copy of the note as part of the administrative subpoena. All Brian's graduate level classes are in the afternoon from 2 to 5, and there is only one per day. He would not have any classes previous to hers unless he was acting as a teaching assistant in a teaching assistant capacity. She checked with the professor Brian was a TA for, and he told her he had advised Brian to leave his class early so he could be on time for her class. Brian continued to arrive late. So, Brian had 3 courses as part of his doctorate program, 2 with female professors and 1 with a male. Students in the same classes began taking a poll of when he was late to female-led classes versus the male-led classes. He was systematically late. He was systematically late to both female-led classes and late once to male-led classes. I'm so glad they're wasting their time. I guess they had no lives. Brian was obsessed with serial killers and would talk about it a lot in class. There's another inflammatory word, obsessed. Good try, Idaho State Police, you stupid, dirty, rotten bastards. Brian was interested in serial killers as part of his studies and would talk about them a lot in class because he was a criminology major. See how that works? The week Brian was not in class, 3 female Boohoo graduate students approached her and said, "Oh my God, class was so much better today, like, just easier to navigate, like that." And I bet the female professor's like,
"Oh my God, I know what you mean."
Real professional. Hey, females, if you can't handle it, get out of the class. You're in PhD law school. I'm sorry, but if you can't handle it, you're not going to fucking handle it when you're out in practice. Nope. Anyway, well, we know how the liberal universities are. Skip it. Yeah, this is what you get. You get crying females in your office.
"Oh my God, he said something to me I didn't like."
Yeah, that's what you get. Yep. The classroom was set up in a circle around a table, and Koberger would sit next to her every time. She and her colleagues had a faculty meeting right before the Christmas break, in which they had discussed each of their students. Why? Brian took up most of the time in this meeting because he was highly problematic. To the female professors. She told her female professors, he is smart enough that in 4 years we will give him a doctorate, and mark my word, I work with predators. If we give him a doctorate, that's the guy that in many years, when he is a professor, we will hear is harassing, stalking, and sexually abusing of his. I thought would be his students at wherever university he ended. Wow. There's all kinds of problems with that statement. Well, you're biased. You have no evidence to suggest that. You don't like males. You don't like males challenging you. You're threatened by males. You've been at the university too long and probably been living under a rock for the past 50 years. Yeah, there's no way. This is absolutely inappropriate. Again, what I was saying is, once Brian got word that this rumor mill started, he should have immediately hired an attorney and had his lawyer write a letter to the university asking what this fucking bullshit is all about. And I'll tell you what right now, these fucking C words, they would have straightened up real fucking quick, let me tell you. Because these C words, they don't want to be sued for bias or for any type of prejudice against students. And this piece of crap here is showing exactly that. Brian, you should have lawyered up right here. Once you found out that they were pulling some shenanigans behind your back like this, you should have gotten a lawyer, and you should have had that lawyer start a fucking campaign against the university. That would have shut them up real fucking quick. I'm serious. That would have shut their asses up real quick. These fucking cunts. Sorry, that's in the English vernacular. And my mouth hurts. So there. Yeah. Because there was a performance issue in terms of his TA duties, she and a couple of other faculty members made the recommendation to cut his funding and get him out of the program. There you go, cunt. She felt he was stalking people. She felt he was stalking people. Well, guess what? Our feelings are often wrong, idiot. And you should know this, Professor. She would not share his dissertation. She would not share his dissertation as a backup solution for kicking him out. The room was divided on whether Brian's funding should be pulled or not. During her time at Washington State, the discussion of cutting someone's funding to remove them from the program has never happened before. I doubt that. She knew of one student that had their funding pulled simply because they stopped showing up for classes. Okay, well then that makes two then. But still, that's a lie, but still. She saw Brian in the parking lot of Safeway late the night before the Christmas potluck. He was so lost in thought, she waved at him for literally 2 minutes before she thought, okay, I don't think it's him. At some point, he saw her, and the next day he came and apologized to her. Wow, what an absolute asshole. Man, he's going to be a real problem one day. Yeah. A female graduate student came to her sometime during September or October and responded that someone had broken into her apartment and stolen intimate items such as perfume and underwear, and that she was very scared. Oh, gee, I guess that must be Brian. Is that what you're saying here, Professor? Hey, Professor, I hope to fucking God you're not at Washington State University anymore, because you're an absolute piece of shit. You're biased towards males. You don't like males. Males threaten you for some reason. And, and you brainwash other females in your class to hate males. That's what you do. You piece of shit. I hope to God you're not a lawyer. I hope to God you're not working at the Washington State anymore. Yeah. Fuck you. You don't like males, you're scared of males, and therefore you have no business being a professor. Sorry, if you can't handle males being assertive with you, you need to get out of the business. You fucking see? That's right. That's right. If you're going to talk shit about somebody like that, fuck you. That's right. Fuck you. That's the end of that one. Oh, WSU search warrant. 142. Witness 1. A white male. Pullman, Idaho. Is there a Pullman, Idaho? I guess there is. There's a Pullman, Idaho, right, guys? I guess. It wouldn't surprise me. All right. But I want to do this right now, guys. I want to do this.
People say I'm lazy, dreaming my life away. Well, it can
A little bit more of the Mutt.
Universities want to put on it. This guy was a nightmare, throwing up red flags everywhere. And those are the type of details that we got to
And the Ghoul.
force our courtrooms to be more honest. And we shouldn't be sealing things up in a case like this. I mean, it's not national security. It's getting abused. They're abusing these rules that they say, oh, we got to protect. They didn't have anyone to protect. They didn't even have the guy until almost 7 weeks, and they were still hiding everything. So it was just a lie. And, you know, when you call...
What were they hiding?
Yeah, what the heck?
Just telling us our child was stabbed.
Brutally,
How many times?
How many times? We just learned the day before the sentencing, how many times Kaylee had been stabbed.
Wait a minute, I am stunned. Because she was stabbed so many times. They could not identify her. And you just...
Oh, I'm sorry.
So many times. They could not identify her.
How do you feel about that, Steve? Hey, Ghoul. Look at that. Fucking Ghoul.
And you just learned about that when the plea was set to go down?
No, you didn't.
We learned about it after the plea, the day before the sentencing, because they lifted the gag order. So the detective said that they would talk to us. So we talked to them briefly, and we had questions about Kaylee. You know, how many times was she stabbed? I mean, that's not in her.
No. Steve did an interview like 3 weeks before all that and spouted off his mouth about how many times Kaylee was stabbed, and he got it wrong.
Her death certificate. The coroner never
The Mutt.
told us. She just said around 20 is what she said. So we really didn't know. And
Wait a minute. Steve said no, it was like 55 times or something, right, Stevie? Yeah.
So we asked them that, and they told
Stevie knew.
us. They told us 38 times.
Stevie knew she got stabbed a lot, but he fucked up the number.
And then
Yep.
we were like, okay. And they said Kaylee had really bad damage to her mouth. And I asked them if her teeth were intact. And they told me no. And then the day of the sentencing, the docks were dropped. The Moscow docks were dropped. And the next day we were driving home, and I was...
What'd you do, Steve?
Reading some of them. And I read that...
Hope that $750,000 was worth it.
That Kaylee...
Just saying, it's my opinion. Just speculating.
Was, they couldn't... Yeah, unrecognizable. And,
yeah, Steve.
That was, that word will forever, like, traumatize me.
Yeah. You seem it.
I didn't expect that.
You seem really,
you
seem really traumatized. Yeah.
Report that said the same thing, unrecognizable. And then to read a third report that said he wasn't sure what he was really looking at because the facial structure had been so badly damaged.
So that's why we're discussing with this prosecution team. I mean,
we did not know any of that for 2 years and 9 months. We did not know that because of the gag order.
And they're telling us, are you okay with us giving them life in prison? We're like, no, we're not. And the people who are, they don't know what we know, and we don't know what they know. I don't know what happened to their child. They don't know what happened to mine. It was a protect the business over the victims, over justice.
Well, yeah, duh, idiot.
It was.
Welcome to the world, idiot.
We're still fighting with it. I mean, we're still fighting.
He's so fucking stupid, guys.
We're hearing details that he was following girls out to their car, and one of the professors said this guy's going to be a problem if he gets his PhD.
Yeah, we already read about her.
He's going to harass students. He's going to freaking
use
his power. All the things that we suspected that were going on. We find this out.
Suspected my ass.
Afterwards. Why are they going to...
Mom thought it was one of their friends. Didn't you, Mom?
They only told us. So they could
Jack, the core.
And tell all you guys.
Yeah.
So they're like, well, we have to tell them before we tell the world. So basically 12 hours earlier, they tell us, and then they grab a microphone and tell the world.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
That's what happened.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Yeah. I'm just...
Probably because they knew you wouldn't keep your mouth shut, idiot.
So stunned. at how this went down on you. And there's something about the victim's face, because I know I'm projecting.
Yeah.
Keith was shot 5 times.
Oh, here we go.
In the
neck,
the face.
We're talking about her ex-boyfriend again from like 55 years ago, by the way. 55 years ago. Like 1922. Okay.
And I try not to think about it because it throws me into a horrible depression.
Great.
Because I think about the bullets tearing through his face.
You're a fucking ghoul. Blue eyes. You like it though. You like it.
And I wonder.
You're a ghoul.
Were they shot? What happened? Did he feel it? What? When you learned how many times she had been stabbed in the face.
She is disgusting. She is absolutely. Look at her. She's absolutely disgusting. She is. I'm sorry, guys. I usually don't like to think of people like that bad and those bad. She is fucking disgusting. She keeps bringing up the same dead boyfriend from 35 fucking years ago. You know, she loves it. She revels in it. That's how she makes her money. By bringing up this shit. Yeah. Yep.
Lost in confusion. Well, I tell them there's no problem. Only solutions. Well, they shake their heads and they look at me as if I've lost my mind. I tell them there's no hurry. I'm just sitting here doing time.
Course to intercept Enterprise ready, sir.
Excellent. Helmsman? Sir, may I speak? We're all with you, sir. But consider this. We are free. We have a ship and the means to go where we will. We have escaped permanent exile on SETI Alpha 5. You have proved your superior intellect and defeated the plans of Admiral Kirk. You do not need to defeat him again.
He tasks me. He tasks me, and I shall have him. I'll chase him round the moons of Nibia and round the Antares maelstrom and round perdition's flames before I give him up. Prepare to alter course.
Were you full of rage? Were you full of tears? What went through your mind when you learned the truth? Too late.
So we actually learned all the truth from her autopsy report, and we were given her autopsy report on a thumb drive during the sentencing. The investigator walked into the courtroom that day and said, and we had arranged that, and he said, here's the autopsy report.
And you had arranged that. Okay, you arranged. Is this her mom? Like, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of myself as a parent. And I get it. But we can't use trauma and grief as a weapon, okay? But think about it. You're her mom, and you realize all the damage that was caused to her, and this is how you're regurgitating that information here, as if it's like you're in a boardroom meeting and you're like reading from a spreadsheet. Get the fuck out of here! Get out of here!
Hematomas to her head. So
that's pretty fucking bad.
Her nose was broken.
Yeah.
Badly.
How does that make you feel, Mom?
Yeah, so for me it was outrage because my daughter...
Oh, you felt outrage? Or did you feel grief? Did you feel sadness? Did you feel horror? What did you feel?
Was fighting up to her very last breath. Over and over, she kept trying to get out of that bed.
You don't know that.
Drilling her. And she's fighting.
You don't know that, Steve. You don't know that. You hope you know that, but in your stupid, thick-headed, fucking idiot brain here, you don't know. You don't know anything.
For her last breath,
and that's why you got taken advantage of multiple times, you idiot.
Got this old Santa Claus who's just throwing out a white towel, just saying, "Oh, let's just make it all go away." And
Santa Claus.
I want these type of killings to stop.
You mean Thompson? Oh, I love you. You took my video.
That at his job. And just yesterday, we asked AI, "What are the safest countries in the world?" And out of the top 10, every single one of them have the death penalty. Well, 8 of them have the capital. So for somebody to think that capital murder doesn't work, well, the safest countries in the world use it. And they don't use it like how we are in America.
Oh, let's get political. But hey, stupid. See, you can't reason with an idiot because, Brian, according to him, Brian's smart, right? So why would he pick a death penalty state to do this stuff in? Oh, by the way, why didn't he pick a cabin in the woods to do this stuff? You idiot.
It's just a bargaining chip.
Yeah, Idaho has it, but our guys
idiot.
For a long time. And we knew this wasn't going to happen fast, but he was going to be on death row. It's the principle. He deserves to ultimately die. Now, maybe he's going to die of natural causes or just because he gets old in there. But we were hoping, because they just brought back the firing squad, that here in Idaho things were going to pick back up and they were going to start, executing.
Oh, you wanted the bloodlust. You wanted the bloodlust.
But we knew.
You wanted the bloodlust. You wanted the bloodlust. That's what you wanted. You wanted bloodlust. Hey, Steve, where's your hat with your cross on it? You fucking piece of crap. You walk around with a hat with a cross on it, and you don't even know what it means. Here, I'm gonna show you something that you should. This is what you should see, you piece of crap. You fake Christian. You want bloodlust. You wanted to see the firing squad in action. You wanted to see those bullets rip through somebody's body. That's not what Jesus would do, you fucking prick.
But we knew it wasn't going to be.
Here, I want to show you this, you good Christian. Or this.
We didn't think they're just going to take him out back and shoot him. I mean, that would be great, but.
Oh, yeah?
But even if it was.
Is that the thing to do? Is that the Christian thing to do, Christy? Go take him out back behind the barn and shoot him? Right, Steve? Hey, where's your Christian little hat? You fucking mutt. Go ahead.
Stabbed to death, little package.
You're a fucking mutt.
We still would have wanted the death penalty.
You're a fucking mutt.
We still would. We wanted it from the very beginning. As soon as we found out that they were.
Is that what you were led to believe, Christy? Because that's what I was led to believe.
That
they were attacked in their sleep and they were basically dead before they.
I mean, that's what it is. No, they didn't know. No, she was punched, her face was crushed in, her teeth are knocked out. They didn't give those details because they knew it would be enraging, and then they would have a problem. So the truth was a problem. Truth was a problem for the prosecutor, and I don't like it.
That's for sure. Yeah, well, there's many problems with this family. Many problems. We already know that. All right, guys, we'll pick this up. We're going to pick them up a little bit later, but let's move on to one more thing, and then we have to close it out. I hope somebody wins a goddamn hoodie. Man, I can't give them away. Man, I mean, maybe I'm being too nice. No, 5 choices total. Maybe that's not enough. We'll see. I feel somebody's going to win a hoodie tonight. I know it. Well, here's the song to win it. All right, my lovelies lads. We're going to pick it up a little bit later. That was a hodgepodge of things. I think the next one may be a little bit more coherent, but anyway, I hope maybe the point of this video was for one of you to win a goddamn hoodie. Okay. I love you all, my garden. Hey, we are over 1,400 strong. Can you effing believe it? I remember back when we only had 7 people. 7! All right, and, well, Master Nature, I think you should tell them about what's coming up next in, 1400, nothing to sneeze out here, Master Nature. And, Master Nature, why does it sound like you got a speech impediment? I don't get it. Well, Tyrone, I had 2 fucking teeth taken out. Well, Master Nature, there's no reason to get upset about that. I mean, it ain't my fucking fault. And, well, you know I'm going to bigger tomorrow. And so I don't need you to be lisping and all kinds of shit, you fucking prick. All right, Tyrone, just calm down. But yeah, Master Nature, 1400? Holy piss, man. I mean, that's more than the guy in the bog had when, well, he fell in it. But I didn't push him. I did not push him in the bog. But damn, I think your garden's growing. And maybe you should let them win a fucking hoodie. Well, Tyrone, what do you think I'm trying to do? I'm trying to give away a fucking hoodie. Master Ninja, I don't know. I don't think you're really trying to give a hoodie away. I think you're trying to be greedy like Ashley. I don't know, Stanley's still not back yet, and from Mankato, and he sent me back here on a stagecoach, and I don't know, I've been really worried about Stanley and Ashley. I don't know where they are, Master Nature. Maybe you can, like, tune into them with your psychic powers and stuff. I don't know. Maybe find out where Stanley is. He has to get in before it gets cold, or, it gets cold out there, and in another planes of the spirit realm. Oh, my God. All right, MD. I'll find him. I'll find out where he is. I'm sure he's fine. He could take care of himself. Jesus. I don't think Stanley's going to have a problem with anybody in the spirit realm, okay? Okay, Master Nature, but I really, I've been thinking a lot, and I really don't want Ashley anymore. I'd much rather have the gold because, well, there's a lot of cool stuff up here I can buy, and I really like to buy some stuff, so, okay, bye-bye. I love you, my garden, and we'll talk later. Bye-bye. English speaking.